partners, which is Steve Psaradellis from TEBA in Australia. He has a great story, and he's basically agreed to be a partner and kind of unique. He doesn't want to charge for his time. He just loves it so much, he's giving it back. So he offered that. So doing a bit of an intro. Again, we have his story on the website. We've got recorded webinars we've done in the past. They're linked on this partner page and kind of everywhere on the website. Phenomenal result improving projects in his company. So yeah, welcome here, Steve.
G'day, Wim. Yes, let me correct you about don't want to charge for my time. For this sort of stuff, absolutely.
Okay.
Doing projects for our clients, we absolutely charge for our time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, look, we run a business in Australia. We've been around for 27 years, so we've seen a lot of ups and downs in the industry. But a thing that we've decided to focus on for many years now is project flow. And as people have heard me tell the story before, we went looking for some Kanban online, and we stumbled across you guys many years ago. We were going to write our own, integrate our own, and as soon as we found that you were integrated with ConnectWise, we went, this is much better. So we use your tool for day-to-day operations, for business as usual, and we use it for project management. So one of the unique things that we do that probably most MSPs don't do it this way is we've got a highly specialized team, and we actually have them do both projects and business as usual, because our clients generally rely on us to support that environment from implementation to, problems and stuff that may happen in the future. So it's a little bit different than most MSPs, but it's modeled on our friends in the development world, where they, developers generally write software and then they throw it over the fence and have the support people try and support it. And as you know, and you've got some good books there in the background. I can see the Phoenix Project. That's a great book. There's a thing called DevOps, where development and operations are the same team. So the people that develop it support it, and that means that the customer gets a better experience, and software is developed quicker, iteratively rather than in big chunks. And the customers get great support because the people writing the software are involved in the same team as the people supporting. So our methodology is a little term that I coined. I'm sure someone else coined it before me, which is ProOps. And our project delivery team does support as well. So what's been very useful for us is that our team can see what they're doing in one place. They don't have to go to separate project management software and separate, queues for BAU, etc. And obviously, we use TopLeft. So, they look at their top left screen and they know that today they're working on this project or that project, and tomorrow they might be doing support. So they're working off a queue of tickets or scheduled tickets in that way. So this to me is very interesting. I've studied with a lot of people, as you know, Wim, around the world that you've studied with as well.
Yep.
To get the best out of running an MSP. And I see some of the other partners on your website I've actually worked with in the past. Our friend Manuel Pelichuk, he's great stuff, right? And a lot of the rules of the game that we have inside TEBA are from Manuel's work, right? And he's we've taken his stuff over the years and implemented it, and that's formed the basis of how we work day to day. So look, I love this topic, as you know, as much as you love this topic, and I feel like I want to give back to the industry. The industry's been good to me. I've been in the industry for 1988. Count the years, okay? That's a lot of years. And learned a lot from a lot of people around the world that were really leaders in the thing that they did. And I love to seek out the best in the world. And you'll be surprised. You shoot people an email or connect with them on LinkedIn and say, "Hey, can I have a chat?" And they go, "Yeah, absolutely." And you normally think these people that are doing best in world stuff are not going to respond, but actually they respond, and I've gone and physically met with some of them. So I offer the same thing. If anyone's interested just to have a half an hour with me, you can click on whatever link is on the website, or hit me up on LinkedIn. Just shoot me a message saying, hey, would love to know how you guys did it. We've got a few questions. But there's some other great people on your website, Wim, that people can work with, that I've worked with as well, that are really good at the implementation side, right? So we don't help other MSPs implement, but we're happy to give them direction and advice on what we've found not just works, but we've made a lot of mistakes. So what doesn't work and what issues they can avoid.
Yep. So I guess,
we've
got great partners, right? Again, some are focused on ConnectWise, some on Autotask, some on Halo. So we've got a breadth there, and some are really focused on the agile or the team development leadership. So right there. So I guess from the mistakes of what doesn't work with rolling this out to a team, like what has maybe slowed it down, like technicians, engineers maybe rebelled or just didn't get into it. So what mistakes did you make with rolling this out?
Yeah, okay, all right. We don't have that much time to list all the mistakes, but let's list some of the major mistakes. So not involving the team when you're changing systems, right? So changing them and then saying, here's the change. And that gets a lot of pushback because as humans, we like to be comfortable and we don't like change unless we know change is better for us. So we're creatures of habit, basically. So especially engineers, if they're used to doing something in a particular way, to get them to change is very hard. And we also all know about the industry-wide little issue most MSPs have, which is getting engineers to fill in their tickets on time, okay, and update the status of tickets.
Yeah.
So my learnings is to actually get the engineers involved while you're implementing.
Yeah.
Get their input and get them to do some of the work. So it's their work implementing the system as opposed to you do it and you put it on them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then just create that culture where if someone new comes in, this is just the way we work. And instead of you in management trying to implement what to do or how we do things, it's peer group pressure. So this is how we do things. Hang on a second. We inducted you. How come you're not doing it this way? And if that comes from another engineer, as opposed to the service delivery manager or whoever's in charge, it's got a lot more weight. Yep. So mistake number one, not involving the engineers in the early processes. Mistake number two is you've got to remind people. It's just because the system's great. And, I can see the value every single day when, I'm not operationally involved day to day anymore. But when I log into TopLeft, within 5 seconds, I can see what's going on. Like the color coding and the little timers and things going, well, this ticket has been sitting here for 2 weeks and the last time entry is a week ago and it's over budget by 10%. Like, to be able to get that much information at a glance is amazing. And as we know, when we look at all the underlying systems, you just can't get that information.
Yeah.
You'd have to run 3 reports, sort them, and then scan through them. And you still wouldn't have that information. So some of the lessons are that keep reiterating the value of using the good systems. Because again, as we know, engineers or people in general will drift back to what they're used to.
Yeah.
As we know, a habit takes something like 21 days to implement if you do it every day. So when you put something new in, make it the focus of the week or the focus of the month, more specifically.
Yeah.
As opposed to throw it over the fence and hope they use it the next day.
It's probably more like 3 months to really get the habits in there, 6 months. And I met with a sort of a change management consultant last week who does like keynotes, different things. I may bring him on as a speaker, but he's like, you got to tell somebody 13 times before they start to get it, right? And it's really, you got to figure 9 to 18 months on real change. So Good. Awesome. Thank you again for this very generous offer. I just recommend people take that up. Again, we got the webinar recording of how Steve improved his project like 58.4% by your calculation.
That's correct.
It's pretty impressive. And yeah, just pick his brain. So thank you very much for that generous offer, Steve. And yeah, I encourage people to get on our accelerated program as well. So we do group coaching. So get on a call every week with some agile coaches, other clients going through this, rolling this out, configuring it, dialing your visualization, getting all those daily habits going. So we'll leave it there. And thanks again.
Great talking to you, Wim.
Stop. There we go.
All right, mate. Short and sweet.
Yeah, no, it's good. Excellent.
Yeah.